Hello, my name is Brian Zach. Welcome to my channel. Today's drum lesson is going to feature something called the doubles mobility exercise. And the purpose of these exercises is to gain mobility around the drum kit, just getting around the kit easily. Whether you play a big kit or a small kit, you need to balance and anchor yourself on the throne so that you can pivot your upper body right and left while keeping your feet planted on the pedals and able to operate the pedals. All right, these exercises should be practiced by playing in the center of each head when you're getting around the kit. So we're striving for accuracy, tone, consistency while avoiding stick clicks or hitting the rims or the sticks crashing into each other, that sort of thing. Okay, so we're looking for cleanliness and clarity. These exercises will help develop your right foot strength and stamina because they're very notey. They're very dense with notes. All right, and so we're looking for nice, strong, clean doubles, especially on this exercise here. We're also including the fact that these exercises will help develop your independence with your left foot because we're playing quarter notes with our left foot on the hi-hat while doing these exercises. So it's a multifaceted exercise that should help your playing and solidify your playing in many ways, gaining mobility, playing clean around the kit, going from drum to drum, maybe doing intervallic leaps from the lowest floor tom to your highest rack tom and back down again. Maybe some things that you aren't typically used to doing, some moves that you aren't typically used to doing. So it'll force some new moves that you wouldn't maybe do on your own, just out of your own creativity or free will. All right, so let's get into it. I've got my metronome set at 70 BPM. And there's a range of, I wrote down a range of BPM to practice this exercise at. It starts at 70. This is the slowest. I mean, you could certainly go slower, though. And you could go faster than the 120 recommended as your top speed as well. But I think this is a good range to work within. And if you want to download the worksheet that I created for this drum lesson, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/BrianZach, and you can download the worksheet PDF file there and join up with me. And for a very, very small amount of money, you can have access to all of the content that is on my Patreon that I've created over the years. So I certainly welcome you to do that. Please click on the link or on the, type in patreon.com/BrianZach. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Doubles mobility exercise. We're starting with the right hand. We're just going to do doubles with the kick drum and the right hand only, moving around the drum kit on all the different toms. We are using the Homebase Method I got this idea from a drummer named Jeff Bowders, who is also a YouTube drummer, technician, great pro drummer, an LA guy. Teaches, I think he teaches at MIT, or what do they call it? Musicians Institute these days. I don't know. I've never been over there, but I think it's called MI. And I think he teaches lessons there, or at least used to. And he certainly has many lessons online as well on YouTube. And I strongly encourage you to check out Jeff Bowders. And I got this Homebase Method from him, so I have him to thank. Thanks, Jeff, if you're watching. So the Homebase Method is pretty simple. You're going to start on the snare drum. We're going to call the snare drum your home bass. So we're starting at home bass, and then you go to your first rack tom, and then you go to home bass, back to the snare. And then you go to your second rack tom, and then you go back to home bass. And then you go to your floor tom, and back to home bass. And however big your kit is, if you have 5 toms and if you have 3 floor toms, you're just going to go each drum and then back to home bass. All the way around your drum kit, complete the cycle, and then once you're done with that cycle, now home bass is going to move to your first rack tom. So now we start on the first rack tom, play the same exercise, starting on the first rack tom, go to your snare, back to home bass, then go to your second rack tom, back to home bass, then go to your third rack tom, back to home bass, then floor tom, back to home bass, all the way, again, all the way around, complete the cycle. Then the cycle starts again with your second rack tom being home bass, and now back to the snare, back to home bass. Tom 1, back to home bass, and so on and so forth, all the way around your whole kit. So it doesn't matter if you're playing a huge kit or a small kit, this exercise works for all of that, all right? And especially for you drummers out there who are playing big kits, this is going to be really great for you because maybe it's going to force you, again, to do some moves that you're not used to, from your lowest floor tom to your highest rack tom and back down to your lowest floor tom, and just force you to do some new mobility stuff that maybe you're not used to doing. It's going to be great for your playing. All right, here we go. BPM equals 70. We're going to start these with the right hand doing doubles around the whole kit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we go. I made the whole cycle. Not too hard, right? At 70, it's not that hard. Once you get moving, though, it gets harder. Let's do the same exercise, but same tempo, but we're gonna use the left hand now. Just left hand doubles, same thing. Otherwise, 2, 3, 4. Okay, something to watch out for is making sure that your feet land together on those. Right, you have unison feet on that first, on the quarter notes, essentially. I don't want to hear any flamming. I don't want to hear. So I can't even do it. But yeah, you know what I mean. So make sure that your feet are landing together. Okay, totally in sync. All right, so the last version of this letter A here on the worksheet is with alternate sticking. So both hands alternating sticking. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. So there you go. That's letter A. And again, I mean, you could do this with alternate sticking starting on your left hand. You know, that would exhaust all the possibilities, at least for that particular exercise. Now, on the worksheet, on the bottom of the worksheet, we have letter B, and that is going to involve inverted doubles. So just doubles again, but just starting on the second partial of the double. All right, so let's try this. It's just going to be. All right, again, make sure your feet are landing together. All right, 2, 3, 4. And then with the left, I'll just demonstrate that. 2, 3, 4. All right. And last but not least, let's do the singles alternating. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, did you hear that? I made a mistake. I crashed my sticks together on one of those notes. So that's what we're really paying attention to and trying not to do. Okay, we're trying to train ourselves to move back around the kit in ways right and left. And you know, sometimes you're going to be forced to move from the right to the left while still playing with right hand lead. So you're going to have to cross things over, and that's when, you know, those types of accidents happen, especially when you're crashing into each other like that. Okay, so that's basically it. Let's try it at a faster tempo. I'm going to try letter A. Let's do 88. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Let's try letter B at 88. Same thing with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. All right. So I strongly encourage you to start these slow because it will make it going faster much easier. If you start these too fast, you're going to really fall on your face, and your balance is going to be off. And I do suggest that you play the hi-hat with your heel down. It will help you with your balance, and instead of having to balance yourself with your core, like the core of your body on the stool, it helps to sort of try and anchor yourself with your heel of the left foot on the hi-hat pedal. Just a little hint there. And you know, whether you play heel up or heel down on the bass drum is entirely up to you, or both. I like to do both. I like to be able to do both. Good. So you know, let's try let's try a little bit faster and see what happens. Let's try 108. And I'm going to do letter A. Let's do letter A with the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! That's moving. I strongly recommend that you practice these with a metronome because it's really easy to speed up and let things kind of get out of control quite a bit. The idea, once again, is we're trying to develop control around the kit at all tempos, but especially the slower tempos, which is going to help solidify us playing the faster tempos. So do yourself a favor and practice these with a metronome, and just be real honest with yourself. Make sure that everything is in sync, that the unison notes are in sync. Your feet whenever they're supposed to be landing together, are actually together, all right? And just go slow and work on these. They're not easy. I came up with these exercises, again, just to fill a gap in my playing that I felt like was a little bit of a hole. There were some little holes in my playing where I was struggling to play certain things with my feet, like a double with my kick drum and a single in unison with the hi-hat. And I was struggling to play, to execute that like in a solo or in a groove of some kind. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Don't forget patreon.com/BrianZach. Love to see you over there. And to do drum lessons with me, brianzach.com. So head on over to any of those places and sync up with me, link up with me, sync up with me, whatever. Yeah, that's it for today. Put it in the books. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.